Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? I'm here hella nappy, man. Just dropped my daughter off at daycare, waiting for one of the mothers to take their kid in the motherfucking daycare so I can back out without harming her or her son. But, yeah, man. When that happens, we'll get to conversating. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Peep game, man. Let's just get into it, man. Tyson Fury has a brilliant performance on Saturday. And it's almost safe to say you can't even disagree that he's the #1 heavyweight. It's almost safe to say that. Even though I'm not going to say that yet, because the fighters that he's beaten, one hasn't necessarily proven, one has never proven that he was the best to do, he was the best in the division. He had a belt. And the other one has been knocked out twice beforehand and has never been a champion. So how do we get, like, my thing is this, man, like, these cats have never been, Dillian White, by, you know, popular demand, has been known, you know, man, he sucks, he's trash, he this and that and the third, yada, yada, yada. I'm a supporter of Dillian White. I don't think he should retire or even think about retiring. I think he should continue his boxing career. He just, you know, he didn't look his best on Saturday. He honestly didn't. I bought that fight in support of him. He did, you know, he didn't look his best. It happens. You're gonna have them days where you just, you know, you look like shit in the ring, and he did not. He looked like shit. That doesn't mean he should retire though, because he's beaten some credible fighters. But the thing is, with the credible fighters that he's beaten, the former champions he has beaten, he's never snatched a belt off of them. So how is it now that that Fury is the greatest heavyweight of all time? I have a problem with that, man. I have a problem with that. Like, I wouldn't be mad if he had more accolades to attach to his resume, not even on who he beat, but just more accolades. It's, you know, that could you could further have an argument, because I get the hypotheticals and all that. He's 6'9", he moves the way he moves. He's as skilled as he is. Switch hitting, lateral movement, working behind the straight shots. He can also sit down in the pocket with you and go to work. I get all that. I get that. I get the hypotheticals, man. But why is it? Why is he all of a sudden the greatest since he beat Dillian White and Deontay Wilder? And you know what I'm saying? I don't understand it, man. We jump out the window quick, man, and I'm not willing to give him any sort of edge over a Ray Mercer or a Riddick Bowe or Lennox Lewis or Mike Tyson. I'm not giving him that. I can't do it. Because none of the fighters that he beat outside of Klitschko was on the level of the lower, you know, the Ray Mercers and the second coming of George Foreman and the Holyfields and shit. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't give him that. I refuse to give him that. I think it's kind of blasphemous how people do that shit. They just jump out the window and just get real extra out. Oh, man, like, nah, bro. He put on a great performance. Can't lie about that. The only person that has beat Dillian White like that, just is in that one-sided fashion, was Anthony Joshua. And he stepped on him faster than Anthony Joshua did. So he put on a really, really, really brilliant performance. I figured, as soon as I heard his weight, oh yeah, he's not about to stand in front of Dillian White. He's not about to stand in front of Dillian White, which is a smart thing to do. He put on an excellent performance. He game planned for it well. I can't take nothing away from that performance. I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though I wanted him to lose. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But why is he getting all of these praises for beating Dillian White? Even though it was a damn good win, because Dillian White is a top 10 heavyweight. He did like that, and they're gonna allow him to ride off into the sunset with that notion that he's the great. I agree that he can fight in any era. Yeah, I agree with that. But he's the greatest heavyweight of all time because of how he looked against Dillian White and Deontay Wilder. Like, I refuse to endorse that shit, man. Like, that is some weirdo shit to me. That is weird. Y'all don't think much of Dillian White enough to where y'all justified him being moved out of his ranking for a shot at Amanda or for a shot at the WBC when Deontay Wilder had it. Y'all thought that lowly of him. Nobody argued him, at least especially here in America. Nobody argued in favor of Dillian White being shafted for his mandatory spot in the WBC. Nobody argued in favor of him. Nobody beat the drum on behalf of him, saying how fucked up that was. Nobody did that. Nobody did that. Because in your minds, he sucked. Deontay Wilder was going to knock him out anyway, and this and that and the third. All right, cool. He sucks. So now that Tyson Fury beats him, he's arguably the GOAT for beating him. Like, bro, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, man. It's been way too many great heavyweights. It's been way too many great heavyweights. Even David Haye, when you look at David Haye, man, like, nah, bro. Oh, and the fact that White was able to close distance is not as easy, but the fact that he was able to do that, despite how pedestrian he looked, that's alarming as well. Like, yo, like, come on, man, let's pump the brakes. All right, let's pump the brakes. There's been too many greats. There's been too many greats for us to just sit up here and say, yo, he's just the greatest because he be like, come on, man, stop that shit. I do agree that he can fight in I think any top dog in any era can fight in any era. I honestly do. I honestly do. It's not going to be a plethora of them in this generation as far as heavyweights are concerned. I think AJ could fight in any era. I don't think he'd be as... We got to see how he adapts with Usyk. But up until that Usyk fight, AJ was looking impeccable, man. Yeah, he was stiff, he was robotic, but I mean, let's not act like all heavyweights are flawless fighters, man. George Foreman was extreme, chin upright, not the best defense. He was just fucking, he was brolic. Dude was a bull, you know what I'm saying? And he beat some greats, and he was extremely heavy-handed. So there's most definitely heavyweights who they have their flaws, most definitely. I think AJ could have. AJ, I'm gonna wait until the rematch to see how he looks, but up until that first Usyk fight, he proved me, yeah, he could possibly fight in any era. He can fight in any era. So I'm not against, with as skilled as Tyson Fury is, I'm not against him. I'm not against saying that he can fight in any era, because I think he could, but the greatest, bro, nah. And another thing that's baffling me is just like how much he's, endorsing Deontay Wilder. I don't get that, man. I don't get how you can sit here and just continue to endorse and be wanting to be embraced by somebody who made all these slanderous claims about you and your team. Yeah, it was to a point where the people from from his side, his entourage, whether immediately or vicariously through social media, they was wishing death on fucking Sugar Hill. Or Sugar Hill, on Sugar. They was wishing death on him. are just continuously reaching out to this man like you want to be embraced by him in brotherhood, and that is weird to me. That is weird. You know, you know, maybe you see where he's at because you've been there as far as his mental state. That would be understandable, but then again, it's like, bro, how do you... This dude said you tried to murder him and turned around and said he wants to kill you. And yet you still rolling out the red card. Oh, I want Deontay Wilder to fight for the WBC if I vacated. What? Why? 2 knockout losses back to back. And you want him to fight for the WBC. Like, that shit is weird to me, man. Like, no, bro, you're not... You know, even after the fight, you walk over to his corner and you try to embrace, I ain't cheat, you know, trying to, you know, present your case to him, man. I don't cheat, I don't do none of that. And he said, I don't respect you. No, I ain't shaking your hand. And you still trying to reach out to this man and be in brotherly love and all that, man. Like, hell no, man. Sometimes you just gotta let him, all right, cool, stay in your lane. I see you troll him and everything, but why? I don't get why you want this, you know, why you want the admiration from this dude so badly. That's some weirdo shit to me. Dig, like, come on, man. Like, so all in all, man, I just, you know, Tyson Fury is an incredible talent, man. Nobody can take that from him, and he just might be the best in this era. He just might be. He just, because the skill set is showing it. The skill set is showing it. But I really do think that we're overrating that Deontay Wilder win. Had he beat somebody else off of that Klitschko win, because I'm not gonna denigrate him for that Klitschko win, because Klitschko was on a 10-year run prior to that. I'm not taking that Klitschko win from him. I will not do it. I will not do it. You can have that. That was a great win, because it rocket propelled you into this position that you're in now. But what I'm saying, I want to see you in there with the legitimate top dogs before we get you that. You one fight away from really lamenting your legacy. You're one fight away from that. Whether it be Usyk, whether it be Joshua. All you need is one move. You don't even have to go through the gauntlet of opponents that Joshua went through to obtain those 3 belts. Usyk didn't. Usyk didn't go through all that shit. He got one fight and became a unified world champion in a higher division. So you don't even have to go through all that, man. Only thing that we're asking of you now is you fight for undisputed. Then the claim that everybody is making it to, you know, in your favor, then we can visit that. We can visit that and be like, yo, man, it's undeniable. Because it's already undeniable that you're that you can fight in any era. But when we get to talking about the GOAT, bro, like, nah. At the very least, let's see you in there with the other ones. I don't want to see Francis Ngannou. I don't want to see that, honestly. I just really do not want to see that shit. I don't. Not before Undisputed. Do not want to see it. I don't care to see it. Why are we watching it? Francis Ngannou isn't even a dude that is he's a behemoth who allegedly delivers the hardest punch on earth ever recorded. So by by fight science, they're saying that he punches harder than actual boxers. That's dangerous. Yeah, that's what's up. But if you fight him in the octagon, there's other ways that he can set up that punch. You can set that punch up, but you start a kick combination and end it off with that straight down the pipe and catch you, because you're not prone to defending against kicks. A lot of things can happen in that octagon that I just don't care to see you in at the moment when you still have unfinished business in the square. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not giving a fuck about you and Francis Ngannou, man. Go for undisputed. Go and chill for the next few months. Y'all get undisputed in around September, October. Because Usyk and Joshua is looking to line it up in July. June or July, I think. So you still got unfinished business before we can definitively say you're the GOAT, arguably the GOAT. And that's how I'm feeling, man. I think this shit is just getting a little out of hand, but nonetheless, y'all let me know what y'all think. Man, I'm going to work, man, to start this week off, y'all. Deuces.